What's the word, y'all? It's Silent the Big Band Boom back with some more information. Uh, peace out to the spiritual ones. I like some peace to them. Tonight, I'm gonna be talking a little bit on some things that came to my mind, but some things that I was already understanding. If you look at the output on the land and how things are set up to where you don't know what happened to us and you don't know the true honesty of what happened and how it happened. See, when we start talking about this woke shit, you start thinking that people are weirdos. Oh, this nigga's a weirdo. This nigga talking about aliens and shit. This weird ass nigga. Right? When we start talking about that, it touches feathers because we not used to our people knowing some shit. We ain't used to people knowing about no shit like that. Just period. Right? But you have to understand that everything is set up and designed a certain way for us not to know what happened. We don't know that a lot of shit that's around here ain't supposed to be around here. We don't know that because we too caught up on how much money we got and our cars. We caught up on the bullshit, the shit that they want us to care about, the bullshit. But we ain't looking like, man, why the fuck do we have snow? Why the fuck do we be having years where it's just cold than a motherfucker? Why do I feel a certain way when I'm cold, when it's winter time? Why do I feel like I don't want to do nothing when it's cold, but when it's summertime, I want to go the fuck outside and do my shit? Why do I feel that way? See, we don't ask these questions because we think we weird if we ask the questions, but no, you should ask them questions. Because genetically, you don't come from an environment where you had to wear winter coats and shit. We don't come from that environment. If we had tribe members that would wear animal skin, it wouldn't be for no winter. It would be representing the tribe that we come from. So wearing the animal skin would be like a totem, a spirit totem, right? So we representing something. That's why we would wear that. But it ain't got nothing to do with no winter because we never had a winter time. That never happened. The calendar, the clock, how they set shit up through the year is all man-made. Right? So that's why they give you a time when snow gonna come. They give you a time with fall. They give you a time where shit gonna happen because it's all fucking man-made. It's not real. But we don't pay attention to this shit because we focused on the dumb shit. We don't pay attention. Okay? So, now, if you look in to a lot of things and how they look, you might find some truth in certain things. Right? Like, they tell us the story of Bigfoot. They be like, oh, Bigfoot. He real. Nah, he's a myth. Nah, I seen him. You be having motherfuckers saying, oh, nah, I seen him. Man, that nigga real. Bigfoot ain't nothing but a giant, right? But Bigfoot is really one of the gods walking on the land. right? Because at one point in time, we was all big, right? We was all some big giant motherfuckers. We wasn't normal, like they say the normal height for a man is what, 5'6", 5'7". For a woman is 5'5", 5'4". We was way taller than that at one point in time. We was way taller than that. Right? So when they talk about Bigfoot and he live in the woods, Bigfoot, that ain't nothing but a joke. Right? That's them cracking on us. Because we was some real big motherfuckers at one point in time. But due to the technology that they brought here, it shrunk us. Right? Because it started to fuck with our genetics. Our genetics was, well, basically it was harvest. They was doing certain shit to us that was fucking with us genetically to where we wasn't producing the way we were supposed to produce. Right? So this is why today you got a lot of short motherfuckers and you got midgets. Because the genetics was fucked up in past times. It was fucked up. But you have some that come here, they may fuck around and break out that shit. And that could be depending on what tribe they come from and what type of family they come from. Right? Who they are associated with. Tribally. But most of us, we short. Right? And we have a shorter frame. Right? And that's all because of what they was doing to our genetics. Right? Now, you look across the land and you look at, let's look at certain animals, right? Because we speaking a little bit on biology, right? And we speaking on some science, but some history. Go to the North Pole, right? The North Pole, they be showing you polar bears and shit, white bears. How the fuck can you have a polar bear, a white polar bear that's always surrounded around snow and shit when snow ain't real? Right? The wintertime ain't real. How the fuck can you have a pure white polar bear that just come out of nowhere, right? And he supposed to be a regular animal, right, to Earth. But winter ain't real. That don't make sense to me. So, if you looking at it from a spiritual understanding, you will know that that's not an organic animal. That polar bear is not organic. That's an inorganic animal. Because you got to remember, Enlil was mixing certain genetics around. And he was finding out how to make certain animals, certain different animals that have certain different genetics. Right? So that's why when you see a pig is not a natural animal. Right? Because a pig lacks the melanin. The melanin comes from the god DNA. Right? So you look at the polar bear is white. The white polar bear lacks not DNA, it lacks melanin. Right? So that's why it has the color that it has. So that will make it inorganic to us. Now, if you look at a brown polar bear will be organic because the only color we can be other than our natural color, which is green or blue, would be brown because brown resembles the root of the tree, which is tying us back to being melanated beings of Earth. So if you're looking at shit that's around you and you looking at these different entities that's walking around you, you can see that we have been infiltrated and that a lot of shit is not normal and not natural to the land if you paying attention. Right? I can see this shit because I know what's going on. But you know, these motherfuckers ain't gonna tell you this shit because they don't want you to know, you know, the real truth. That's why they be calling certain animals urban legends and shit. Right? Like, basically, like they some made up shit, right? Made up animals or some shit you never seen before, right? It's some shit you never seen before because it's not organic or natural. That's why, you know, when humans see an animal they ain't never seen, they be like, "What the fuck is that? I ain't never seen nothing like that. What the fuck? Where the fuck that came from? The fuck is that?" And throw them off, right? Because they not aware of what they seeing. They may think that's a new animal they discovered. They ain't no fucking how you gonna discover a new animal? That don't happen. That motherfucker was made by somebody in a lab, and it's not organic, right? And it's here for some bullshit. I'm telling you, right? Like, look at the jungle, for instance. When you look at the jungle or the wild, right, what do you mainly think of? Lions, right? Hyenas, alligators, snakes, right? Spiders. You think of shit like that, but what's the main animal that's missing from the jungle, missing from the wild? The gorilla. But they tell us that the lion is the king of the jungle. But the lion is the coward, right? To tell that shit ain't normal and that shit ain't right, you could look at that. They take the gorilla out the jungle and replace it with the lion, which is the coward. Because look what they do to gorillas as opposed to what they do to lions. They just let lions roam free. But they put gorillas in a cage. Make them motherfuckers sit in a cage all day eating bananas and shit, restricting them from their rights. Making them feel restricted. Right? The real king of the jungle, the real leader in the jungle is the gorilla. But since everything is patriarchal and they want everything to be masculine more than being feminine, they want you to think that the lion is the king of the jungle, but the lion is the coward because most lions are not even tough. Most lions is lazy. They just sit their asses up under a tree all day and don't do nothing. Don't hunt, don't do anything. Some lions, if they get hungry enough and they ain't got no food in their proximity, them motherfuckers will eat their own cubs because they so hungry. Right? How the fuck can someone like that be a king of a jungle? How is they a king if they kill their own? That don't make sense. But if you look at a gorilla ain't gonna kill their own. A gorilla gonna find something. You can see a gorilla disappear for about 10-20 minutes and come back with something. Because they already know what to do because psychologically they tuned into a certain source to where they mind can be able to adapt to a circumstance and be able to solve a solution within their own mind. That's why gorillas, monkeys, and shit are way different than any other animal. And this is why they consider them the only human-like animal. Because of the shit that they can do as opposed to other animals. Fuck a lion. A lion ain't shit. You know, I used to, oh yeah, I'm a lion. Fuck a lion. Because them motherfuckers, they some dumb motherfuckers. They're cowards. And they don't really mean good for anything. They kings of the jungle, but they be hurting they old motherfucking children if they hungry, and they be scared of other motherfuckers. Most lions are scared of hyenas. When a hyena ain't even twice as big as a lion could fuck over a hyena. But them motherfuckers be scared of them. Why? Because they not scared of them. See, that be the thing with them lions. Them lions get scared of people that don't fear them. When they know you don't fear them and you ready to go toe to toe and you ready to die for what you is, that's when they back off. That's what make them cowardly. But as for a gorilla gonna rip your motherfucking face off, tear you limb from limb. Ain't gonna give a fuck about the consequences